Well, welcome back to Monkey See,
Monkey Review.
where we are going to be finishing up Star Wars Visions this week with episode 9, and that is Akakiri. I had to write it down phonetically.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is difficult.
Yeah.
Private school education, baby. So, what'd you think of this episode?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was just okay.
Yeah. See, there's a big debate right now in a lot of the fandoms that this is like the best one or the worst one. Like everybody's like really split down the middle, and I was definitely in the camp of it's the worst one. And then I started watching some stuff, some behind the scenes, some like people's inputs on it, and I'm like, okay, now it has a little bit new meaning to me. Okay, cool, but definitely still not the one I'm going to go to.
Oh no.
It definitely will probably be the one that I watch the least. I watched it more this week getting ready for this video than I have probably the rest of the time since it's been out. It's like,
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, I haven't watched this since I watched it the first time.
Yeah, I like that. That's kind of where it sits. It's good. It's a low key parody of the the prequels because it deals a lot with prophecy and destiny and love and the Jedi code and Sith and yeah. Essentially, I mean, the whole story is about this Jedi named Sabuki and a princess named Misa and her evil aunt who is a secret Sith. I'm sorry. When we saw her, I was like, that ain't no secret.
She's Sith.
She's Sith. Like, how did you not
Hardcore.
see this?
Yeah.
Like, y'all got to get y'all's vision checked because this woman ain't secret nothing.
No.
She about 6'7". She looked like she'd been bodybuilding since she was in the womb. She got them glowing red eyes. I'm like, ugh. Y'all didn't pick up on the subtle hint.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, what it is we open the story with a B-wing crashing on a planet, and these raiders come running in, riding chocobos. If you're a Final Fantasy person, you automatically have the vision. You hear like chocobos. Yeah, it's fun. They're riding these giant ostrich bird-looking things, which is chocobos. And this dude who's in the B-wing is a Jedi. He gets out, defends himself, parries them off, and then he starts getting his tail kicked because he has a vision. And that's a reoccurring thing. Like, you get glimpses of this vision. You don't get a lot of it, but you get glimpses throughout this whole story.
Yep.
The princess has gone into exile, and she has two guys traveling with her who essentially are the comic relief, and they are the human versions of an R2-D2 C-3PO droid mix. They're the comedy relief people. They're the guards who are trying to sneak her back into the palace. They know the land, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, Misa, which is the princess, and Sabuki, which is the Jedi, have a relationship.
Yep.
They've known each other before. He has, feelings for her. Very Anakin, Padme kind of situation. Long story short, it's really Sabuki story saying that he does not conform to destiny. There is no destiny. It's free will.
Yep.
Story is it's not. No, there's a lot of destiny in this. So he's taking her back to the palace to confront her aunt. Travel. That's pretty much the most of it is traveling, and you get to the palace eventually. The aunt, the Sith, Masago was her name. She confronts them, and she's like, "No, you're going to become my apprentice." And he's like, "No,
it's destiny."
And she's like, "It's destiny." He's like, "No." So he's really rebelling against destiny. Same way we saw Anakin having visions of Padme dying in childbirth, and him like, "No, we can stop this." They break in. She gets the drop on them. They kidnap Misa, which is the princess.
Yep.
And
she's having visions again, which kind of paralyzes him.
Right. He starts to fight with the aunt, the Sith, and he has a vision in the middle of it, and it completely debilitates him.
Yep.
And he finally stands up to fight again, and you get eight. And he's had like 3 or 4 visions throughout this whole thing, so each one gives you a little bit more of the vision. Well, the vision takes place right there as he strikes down one of the warriors from Misa, or from the Aunt Sith. Aunt Sith, I like that.
Aunt Sithy. Aunt Sithy.
That's Aunt Sithy. So Aunt Sithy, sends her minions in, and he strikes all of them down, and the last one is the fulfillment of the vision of him striking down this, this minion. But as he strikes her down, you realize that it's Misa, the princess that he's in love with, and that he's tried to help reestablish the whole royalty thing for.
Yep.
And she's just like, if you become, and Aunt Sithy tells him, if you become my acolyte and my apprentice, we can save her. Together. But only if you embrace the dark side.
Yep.
So he literally bows down, full on, Anakin style, is like, yes, my master, what do we need to do? Bows down. She, puts his hand in her hand, and then, you can see a transfer of power go, and then he puts his hand onto Misa, and it brings her back to life.
Yep.
And then immediately he walks away, and she's like, what have you done? And he's just like, what I had to do, pretty much. And then that's pretty much how it ends.
Yep.
Like, very bleak and depressing.
Yep.
Once I realized there was really a parody of the prequel
Anakin.
trilogies and things like that, and Anakin and Padme, I liked it a lot more because it gave me a little bit more insight. Like, okay, this makes sense why this.
Yep.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, yeah, I can deal with this. This is good. But overall, still not enough for
No,
me.
it's not the duel. It's not the Ninth Jedi. It's not the Elder.
I mean, dude, it's not even Tatooine Rhapsody.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's just slow, I guess, in the pace of it. It was just okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was well done,
It was.
but it was just okay
Yeah.
overall for me.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's the average sitting at the table of excellence.
Yeah. Like, I would have ended, like, on the Ninth Jedi
Yes.
in this series rather than this one.
Yes. Like, I would have definitely rearranged the order that they were released in.
Yeah.
So, for me, it was a low score. It's going to probably, on a scale of 5, it's probably going to be a 2.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there. Yeah.
And that's actually coming up after I watched some backstory stuff and watched some interviews about it and watched some other breakdowns. Like, okay, what am I missing that other people are loving about this?
Yeah.
So, it did come up. It did come up to the 2. So, it was okay. But it's a sad thing for me to end the series that I really enjoyed, even on the slower stories,
Yep.
even on the ones that are just like, eh. To end it on that one was really sad for me. Like, I think this could have been so much better and could have been received so much better as if you didn't go out on that note.
Yeah.
So, but anyways.
That's probably why they released everything at once, though.
Yeah.
Too. So I guess the order didn't really matter as much.
Yeah.
Because it's not a continuation of each story.
Yeah. And most people honestly didn't sit down and binge watch it from 1 to 9 like I did that day. But,
How are you talking about? Most Star Wars fans did.
well, some folks actually had to get up and go to work.
Yeah, they were not that long. You do it after work.
This is true. I mean, even if you started one go through all episode 9, you're looking at maybe 2 hours.
A little bit longer than that.
Okay.
Maybe max 3,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Between 2 and 3. But yeah, it's not that long. It's not terribly long.
Yeah. I mean, you can knock them out, no problem.
Yeah.
In one sitting. Absolutely.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But so that's the review on that one. But let's talk about what we liked about this series as a whole, and where do you fall? Which one was your favorite episode by far?
Probably the Ninth Jedi.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite. It's just a great story. It was short, but they compacted so much in that, and they left it open for so much more. And it just felt like a really good pilot for a series.
Yes.
And they just set the tone of like a whole story that they could do afterwards.
Yeah,
which I really enjoyed. Second, beyond that, would probably be the duel,
Yes.
and then probably the elder.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually probably am going to agree with your top three right there, because those are absolutely set for me. One thing I did like about the Ninth Jedi is they didn't spend a lot of time. It was a short episode, but they didn't spend a lot of time rehashing things we know.
Yeah, they just
they were like, okay, kyber crystals. I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining it because of the fact that y'all know this.
Yep.
Lightsabers, Jedi, Sith, all these things that they could really take some time and explain more. They didn't. They just knew that the people who were going to watch this had that preconceived knowledge.
Classic anime too. You just get thrown into a story and expected to know what's going on. To a point with certain things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this whole series as a whole. I hope that they do a season 2.
Yes.
Out of it, and I think hopefully continue some of the stories.
Yes.
Would be really cool. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Like you said, I really would like to see them take, and we've said this in the review of The Ninth Jedi, I would love to see them take that and actually expand it into a full-blown series itself.
Yeah, because that was very good.
Yes, it was.
They did a wonderful job on that.
Yes. So hopefully we'll get to see that more. The duel was great. Had a lot of visual, stunning features. Good story. Fast pace. Didn't sit there and waste a lot of time again like some of the other ones. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I loved it. Even though the which one? What was the name of it? The one with the elder. The elder. I liked it. Yeah. It was a little bit slower, but it had a big payoff.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because you had time to get it connected to the Jedi, to his Padawan, and even to the people in that village. Like, okay, this is cool. And then you actually got to see the battle. Yeah. So it was good. Overall, I'm definitely going to sit there and say that Akira is definitely going to be at the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Just didn't connect for me.
Yeah, it didn't. It was just interesting. Like it didn't connect at all.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was well done.
Yes.
Like, everything
was pretty.
Each one of these episodes was well done.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the fact that they got to go in and do their own thing. It was cool. And not knocking it. No. It just didn't hit it for me. Yeah. But like you said, there's a big debate. Some people are saying it's the best one.
Yes.
That's not me.
Yeah. That's not my camp.
No, not at all. Like I said, I'm going to go Ninth Jedi all day.
Yes.
And most people that I've talked to, Ninth Jedi has been like hands down the best one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me and my wife sat around and talked about it. And she's like, she's like, I was like, okay, so on the scale, she's just like Ninth Jedi. I was just like, okay, just making sure that I'm not as crazy.
Yeah. But I enjoy the fact that this is the first time they've done something like this for Star Wars.
Yes.
And just let people just do whatever they wanted to and make it their own thing.
Exactly.
So I enjoy that. I hope that they do that more. And even bring in some new series.
Yes.
And let people kind of just, they don't have to be necessarily canon with the main Star Wars storyline, but there's so much you can do with Star Wars.
Right.
And there's so many stories that you can tell in this universe. It doesn't have to line up with the Skywalker saga, things like that. But we can do our own thing. We can create new characters, new stories, new paths, and let's have fun with it.
It's a great big universe out there, and we can sit there and tell the story of the Force from all the different planets and how the Force has been perceived in those universes. Yes. So I think that would be a really cool thing that we could see possibly in the future. I really do think we could get a part 2 or a season 2 for this because it really did bring in a whole new genre for Star Wars that Star Wars hasn't touched before.
Yes.
And none of the stories are so standing that you can't use them, in the future or in the past, or just sit there and say, hey, it was just fun storytelling.
Yep. That's okay.
Yeah, I like that. I'm fine with that. But anything else you want to throw in there, man?
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. So that's it for this week from Monkey C.
Monkey Review.
Do us a favor, hit that like,
subscribe,
and leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite episode was. In fact, give me the listing where you're, where you rank this one. Is this one at the bottom of the list for you? Because,
it is for me.
It's scraping for me.
Yeah.
All right. Love you guys. See y'all next week.
Bye, guys.